How's it going, everybody? It's Jim here again, Scottish guy in Moscow. Behind me is the map of the metro system. We're going to go over to it and we're going to choose a station at the end of one of the lines. I legitimately have no idea where I'm going. I've just came out, it's Sunday, and I thought we're going to go to one of the end of the lines, but you're going to choose it with me. Well, kind of. Shall we go and look? Alright guys, here is the map of the metro. We are here right now. So let's have a look. I think, well, if we're already on here, we could go to the end of the orange, but I didn't even know there's a grey line attached to the end of the orange line. That one looks like, this station looks like it's the furthest south. Should we go there? Buninskaya Alleya. Buninskaya Alleya. Alright guys, looks like we're going to Buninskaya Alleya. Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. There is no plan. I've not even googled this. I just saw it. Let's go. As always, hit subscribe. Help me out. The sun is shining. It's about 12 degrees. But 12 degrees in Moscow after a long winter feels like summer. Let's go inside. Alright guys, as we walk through the new Butovskaya metro station on the dark green line, we're going to then go upstairs to the orange line, travel to the end of the orange line, and go to this grey line. Here, check it out. We're going to go all the way down. We're going to go there. We're going to go to Buninskaya Alleya. Am I saying it correctly? The last time we done one of these, I couldn't say the name of the station. Butovskaya? Anyway, and we've been to the Krasavka. It's always the hardest ones to say that are at the end of the lines. Let's go to Buninskaya Alleya. Hey guys, check it out. We're going to go to Novoyasenevskaya, is that right? And then we're going to change on to the grey line. A handy little feature on the metro. It tells you what carriage you're in and where you need to go to get to the next line. So we're going to have to come off here and turn right. Alright guys, so currently we're at the very end of the orange line. We're going to jump onto the grey line to Buninskaya Alleya. I've done a little bit of research. There's not too much on Buninskaya Alleya on the internet, but it was opened in December 2003, so I'm not expecting it to be a nice new suburb of Moscow where we've been before. On the last two times we went to the end of a line, it was a brand new settlement, sort of new Moscow. I'm expecting it to be a little bit older, so let's go. Walk towards the light. Check it out. We are going to the right. We're at Butovskaya Park. There it is on the front, Buninskaya Alleya. It's going to be one of the older metros. Not quite as good as the last one we were on, but we'll take it.
Пассажирам запрещено находиться в поезде, который следует в тупик. За это предусмотрена административная ответственность согласно законодательству Российской.
Alright guys, we made it. We're at Buninskaya Alleya. I think we just say Alleya. That's what they were saying in the recorded message, not Alleya. Let's go out. Let's check it out. Can't get any more south than this on the Moscow metro system. Guys, I was doing a bit of reading on the way down here, and this station is named after Ivan Bunin. He was the first Russian writer to get the Nobel Prize for Literature, 1933. So maybe someone in the comments can hit us up with some facts about the writer Ivan Bunin. Okay, this is it. It doesn't get any more south than this. Let's do a little pan around. We're going to choose a direction to walk in. We have reached Buninskaya Alleya. We've got some apartments. We've got a pylon. We've got the metro system here. As you can see, it's overground, this one. It's about 12-13 degrees. This lady's going to put a coffee in the bin. And we're going to start walking. I think I see apartments, I see a shopping centre. I think we're going to go that way. Let's go. Alright, we got a group of people on these, it's basically like a unicycle, isn't it? I don't know how people stay up. Check them out. They've got a little handheld thing that you go forward with, but I don't think I'd be able to stay up on one of those. I'm pretty sure I'd fall over. Let's check them out. Off we go, lads. That guy's just jumped up on the curb and everything. No, I would have face planted. I'd have to do what that guy's doing. Push it up the curb. Right, let's go. Buninskaya Alleya. I see a dentist. Stomatologia. I see a what do you call it? Like a shopping centre. We got Butovskaya, which is a cheap supermarket. We got Smeshny. Seni Sena is price, isn't it? Smeshny, is that like fun price? Something like that. We've got all the big hitters, all the normal stuff. La Moda is like a clothing place. We got Megaphone, that's who I've got my mobile phone with. All the normal ones, a tobacco store, a shawarma place. Well, we're going to take a walk. This guy's breaking up a pallet. He's not doing a very good job of it, if you ask me. Let's see what you can get to eat at Buninskaya Alleya. Check it out. That's about £2.50. It's quite easy to work out in pounds right now. Probably about $3. Alright guys, we've came round the back of the shopping centre. I think we'll go into the shopping centre on the way back to the metro, but we need to go walk in amongst... Oh, I'm going to run over. We need to walk in amongst the apartments. That's what you guys like to see. You like to see what real life looks like in Moscow. Does that say Papa, like Dad? Check out this car. Check out the ladder. It's like if you want a Range Rover but on a ladder budget, you're going to go for one of these bad boys. Check it out. So this is what it looks like if you stay on the southernmost metro station on the whole of the Moscow metro system. You come out, and actually the style of the apartment buildings look similar to the ones where I live in Butovskaya, so they don't really look any different. When were these built? Probably like the 80s, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Not the best looking, but nothing wrong with them. So is that a good place to live? Can anybody tell me in the comments anything about this place? if you were to come from here, so it was about 40 minutes to my place, maybe another 15 minutes to the city centre, so probably about an hour from the centre, and it cost me a grand total of 82 rubles, which is in my British money, it is 72 pence. Probably about $1. Costs about $1. Check this out. Let's go over here actually. We've got the football pitch. I've got my good shoes on actually, so I'm not stepping in any mud today. But some kind of memorial here. Can't see any plaque on it to see exactly what it says. I don't know. Check it out. Let's do a little pan of all the different types of apartment buildings. They just go on forever. So you can imagine this is the very south of Moscow in the metro. But other than when you're in the very centre, every station you get off at is just an unbelievable amount of apartments. 12 million people in Moscow, am I right in saying that? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's about 12 million people, so you can see how so many people, I mean there's more people in London, as far as I'm aware, and it's because most people live in places like this with massive apartment blocks. Beautiful blue sky today as well. Let's go walk about, maybe we'll see some shops or something like that. Let's go up that way. Check this out. It's like a motorbike that's kind of, what's happened to that? I don't know much about motorbikes. Obviously I know it's not got the front wheel on it, but it's quite, I've never seen a motorbike just sat at the side of the road in a little cage like that. I guess it's been delivered or transported, something like that. I see a row of shops, I see a Dixie. Dixie is a cheap supermarket. This is basically how most Moscow suburbs look when you come here. If you get outside the centre. Can I cross here? Is this guy going to stop? Yes. Here we go. So what do you think? Could you spend your life here? Could you spend your days in Buninskaya Alleya and go about your business? Maybe if you don't need to go to the centre, maybe you work down here as well, so you've got your little apartment. Yeah, you've got your internet that doesn't really work. Which is just a thing that's just started happening. When I first got here, the internet was totally normal. Even YouTube worked. But now, you're out here, you're trying to log on, and everything's buffering. And then maybe go to your shop, maybe go to your shops here. Check that out. You go to Wildberries, you pick up your deliveries. You go to Dixie, get your food shop for the week. And then you go back and you spend I guess you're spending your time with your family and friends. Probably not the best place to live if you're single and living alone. Check it out, these are the different shops. Dom Bita is like it's kind of like a Home Bargains if you're Scottish. Dom Bita means it's like just sells like Dom is like house, so it means like it sells everything for the house. Of course, no matter where you are in Moscow, you do need Svieti. Somebody said I'm saying Svieti wrong. How do I say it? Sveti or Svieti? There you go. It will sell you flowers 24 hours a day, apparently. And then you've got your apteka, which is pharmacy. And this up these little stairs here into the apteka. And then Atelier? What is that? Atelier? What does that mean? And then you've got some old people on the bench here. Do you think they've been here their whole lives? Do you think they're just babushka and an old guy? So, what is it like? Tell me if... Oh, I like the colour of these ones. Tell me if you're from Moscow, what's it like to spend your life in a place like this? And, well, I guess the metro's been open for 23 years, so it's not like they're disconnected from the rest of the city, if you think about it. Like where I grew up in a little town called Lanark, the train used to take me an hour to get to the centre of Glasgow, so it's probably not that much different. That was a bit more rural, more fields, cows, things like that. Oh, check this out. Usually the play parks are pretty cool, they're pretty new. This one looks a bit tired, doesn't it? It's seen better days. Check it out. Could do with a little update, couldn't it? Is a skelf a Scottish word? Or does everybody say skelf? I think people say splinter. Scottish people say skelf. You know when you get a bit of wood stuck in your finger? When you're a kid, it always seems to happen when you're a kid. It doesn't happen so much as an adult. We used to call it getting a skelf. I think you guys call it, everybody else calls it a splinter. Looks like you'd get a skelf on that bad boy. Here we go, it's this building here with the paint. Look at this though, check it out. This is what it looks like. One thing I've got to hand it to with the Russians, I like how, no matter where you stay, even in the centre, you'll have the apartments, then you'll have the car park for the people that live there, down below, and then you'll have some kind of, no matter how, sometimes it's nice, sometimes it's a bit tired, but you'll have some sort of central area with a play park, benches and stuff, and it's just a little bit more social, I think. That's this colourful building. It's got the Russian flag outside, looks like something official. Moja Poliklinika. That seems to be like, they seem to be popping up all over the place. They always look the same. I guess it's a brand of like doctors' clinics. What is this? Oh, this is a school. Is it? Deity. Deity means children. So I'm guessing that's a school. Makes sense that it's painted nice and colourful. That building could do with a little lick of paint, couldn't it? Like, they just go on forever, these apartment blocks. And what happens as well, the snow doesn't melt till well into April because throughout the winter everything's been piled up, so it gets so high. And then even though it's sort of 12, 13 degrees right now, it still doesn't melt. Yeah, check it out. These buildings are brand new. There's one that just got built next to my place as well. Check those curtains out. Can you see that with the cats in the basket? It's wild. Right, let's go around the other side of this building. We've got Britva Barbershop in English, and it says Skidna na первый visit. That means discount on your first visit. 20% of 20%. There you go. There is the Russian lesson for today. How can we get across? I'll tell you what I do see that we don't see a lot of in Moscow, and that is houses. Oh wow, let's go over there. We've got another Dixie underneath a parking garage. Right, check out these houses. You don't see a lot of houses, and a lot of people ask me, do people live in houses in Moscow? Well, I'm seeing a lot of houses. It looks like it's all behind a fence. They don't want people like me that merely live in an apartment to get in there, but we're going to try and get in. I can see something up there that looks like there might be some kind of entrance. We'd like to go in and see some Russian houses, because we don't see them a lot on this channel. Guys, we're going to cross over here. I'm still seeing a big white fence around all these houses. We're going to try and get in, but I'm guessing you can't. But it's actually quite funny to see houses again, because where I live was a beautiful church. We'll come back to that. Where I live there's absolutely no houses. My mate Steve, who you've met, another Scottish guy, he lives in a house, but he's absolutely balling. He's got his own swimming pool, and it's about an hour's, let's run to get across here. It's about an hour from my place in a taxi, so I don't get to see many places with houses. So check that one out. We got a pizzeria. Dostavka. What's Dostavka mean? We've got more flowers. Sveti. Where do these buses go to? Toplistan. That's on the Orange Line, not far from me. I know that one. Maybe we can take a bus back. This place says Remont, which means to repair. Diskov. Diskov, would that be discs? Would that be like repairing your brakes? Like a brake disc? And it says Shinomontage. I don't know what that means. But I'm guessing it's like a car garage. To fix cars, because I can see guys fixing cars. I see beautiful church over there. We're going to check that out. Then I can see some brand new apartment buildings. I'll be honest, I'm a bit of a fan of the new apartment complexes, so I think we'll go down and check them out. I like how it's just a whole community built in the one place and you've got everything you need. So let's go walk down the thinnest pavement next to 4 lanes of traffic. Hope we survive. Yeah, look, check it out. There's no chance they're letting someone like me in here. But does this mean somebody's lost their dog? Sobaka means dog, and they'll give you 100,000 ruble. That's like 10,000. Yeah, it's like £1,000, over $1,000 for the dog. But yeah, unfortunately we can't get in, guys. They don't want a Scottish guy in Moscow coming in there. I'll be honest, with the amount of ground doing nothing, this pavement could have been a bit wider. Guys, check it. I saw a gate was open. I was about to go in and the gates just started closing. That would have been awkward if I got locked in there. I'd probably have made good content, me trying to get back out. But I was thinking, oh brilliant, there's an open gate, I can just go in. But let's try not to get arrested. Alright guys, check it out. Another new build. That looks pretty quiet. For the amount of people that live here, it seems pretty quiet, but we'll take a walk through. Then we'll go see that church. It looks pretty good. I'm a big fan of these new builds at the end of the line. I don't think I'd want to live this far out, but I like how you come here and it's quite nice. Like, I'm guessing this will be nice at night when it's all lit up. So you're 1 hour from the centre. What's the deal here? Is it cheap to live here? Somebody let me know. Or are the apartments really small? What's it like living at the end of the line? Does anybody know? That girl's giving How high she's going. Right, let's cross back over. I love the church. I love the Orthodox churches with the dome on the top. So let's go check it out. Right, honest opinion, I was a big fan of Butovskaya. That was at the end of the red line, the last one that I did of these, but here I'm not getting the same vibe. It's a Sunday, but it's incredibly sleepy. I'm not sure if it's for me or Buninskaya Alleya, but we'll keep going. Interestingly, we do have English signage at the very last. The one thing that'll always get me is like Russian schools. They don't have names, they just have numbers. It's like school 2009, school 1492. Like, it's so functional. You got to give your school a nice name, no? Where did you go to school? School 1492. Ah, great school. It might be a good school, I don't know, but it just, to me, maybe there's too many schools, I don't know. It's just funny to me that you just give it a number and that's it. Alright guys, here we go. Now my PTSD is kicking in a little bit. If you ever saw my video when I went to the end of the pink line, Nekrasavka, we went into the gift shop of a church and I got traumatised by a babushka. So let's have a look around. Now, she did shout at me because it was closing, so we'll just go in. I think it's open this at Creed. That was pretty good, we didn't get shouted at by any babushkas. Not like in Nekrasavka, don't go into the gift shop at the church there. I think we can go inside. Let's go check it out. Always a nice vibe in an Orthodox church. I'm not religious myself, but every time I've went in, just a nice calm vibe. As I'm sure it is in other churches as well, but I like to go into them. Very nice. Is there anything else we can see during our time here in old Buninskaya Alleya? I don't know if can you see that football pitch? Half of it's in sunshine, half of it's just deep snow. I guess the sun doesn't hit that part. Look at this. Moscow snow's just built differently. We're up to about 14 degrees now. You would never know. Hey guys, I think we need to go into the shopping centre to finish off the video. We've got a Burger King in there. Let's try and find our way in. Can we go in this back door? Do we need to go around the front? Guys, let's go in. So down here we got Butovskaya and Burger King is upstairs. Let's go upstairs first. So we've got an apteka, pharmacy. We've got an optica, which is an optician's. A remont means to repair. Sumki means bags. Let's go. Just a small shopping centre. Burger King. I said I was going to take you to Burger King at some point. We will do it. I couldn't stomach a Burger King right now. We'll go in and have a look about. Let's check out a Russian Burger King. But look, people keep saying you can't write in English anymore. Freshly flame grilled for you since 1954 in English. Now, this is the thing that everybody gets surprised. Like, you can get a Baltica, you can get a beer. Check that out. You can get a pint with your Burger King. Unheard of in Glasgow, in Scotland. 100% people would just start throwing the chairs at each other, especially on a Saturday night. But we'll do a full video on a Burger King once, but I've got a feeling that our time here is coming to an end. Alright guys, that was Buninskaya Alleya, all the way at the very end, the most southern point of the whole Moscow metro system. It's time for me to get back on that metro, head back. Thanks very much for watching guys. See you later.